It's up to you.
What do I have to do?
It says answer to petition.
Yes.
Well, I've got the answers to the freedom of information questions, so I can read the questions and the response or whatever, or however you want to do it.
Oh, do I need to read the question, or, I mean, Dan can do it if he wants to. It's fine with me. I can read them if you want to, and then Dan can give the response, or do you want Dan to do both of them? I don't think you can give a response to the last one, Dan. No. How do you want me to do it?
How many you got?
Just 5 questions.
That's fine. Yeah. Go ahead. If he can answer them, go ahead. Read them all.
Okay, should I read each question and then let him answer it? And then, now, do I have a written? I do want a
I've
written
got a
copy.
written one.
Okay, great. I'm
I've got a
glad.
written response.
Thank you.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, number 1 is I am requesting the county commissioners to compile a list of county citizens whose flood insurance will be directly affected by granting permission to EQT or any other gas company to drill in our floodplain. Have the commissioners fully inform those citizens of the probable effect that it will have on their property value, their safety, and their health.
Okay. And my response to that is that any landowner who has a residence or dwelling located in a designated floodplain on the firm maps could potentially be impacted by activity in their floodplain. The public has kept well informed by the media as to the possible concerns on property value, safety, and health, etc. To list who could be affected, take the firm maps and cross-reference them to the tax maps. This will be quite an undertaking for which I do not have the time or resources, but these are available for you to determine here in the courthouse.
Okay, number 2. Have the commissioners contacted FEMA to request how it will affect the rights of landowners regarding emergency relief from the agency if the commission decides to grant a floodplain permit? If not, why not? If they did, then please produce a summary report documenting FEMA's response.
The topic of emergency relief has been discussed many times in public forum, and some with FEMA representatives present. Kevin Sneed is who I'm making reference to. Their verbal response has been that to do little or nothing with our ordinance or enforcement could jeopardize the assistance that is available. And I believe that pretty much summarizes as I have understood their responses.
Well, I know that they spoke a little bit at this meeting.
Yeah, some of these topics have been touched on.
Yeah, because this was turned in, long before we had that meeting,
Right.
so. Okay, as long as I have a hard copy of that. When allowing the gas companies to build Marcellus gas well pads in our floodplain, the driller is supposed to obtain a permit from the county floodplain manager before the driller can begin moving dirt or filling a flood hazard area, and it is incumbent upon the driller to file a complete and accurate statement of intent. When dealing with these drillers in the past, their statements of intent for drilling in our floodplain were neither complete nor accurate. I would ask the commissioners whether the drillers, before starting any new well pads, will be required to supply a complete and accurate statement of intent. I would also request that in future all such statements of intent be made public for the citizens of Doddridge County to inspect.
I believe that the new ordinance will give the public sufficient notice in the newspaper, etc., to respond to concerns about intent by the gas companies. I think we've pretty much covered this, a lot of these in discussions that we had in that long evening session, and then several things
Just
and all
recently,
there.
yes. And I'll agree with that. Most of them were covered then, so that answered a lot of my questions when we had the emergency meeting. Number 5, and I don't think that you can do this one. I would request the commission to compile a list of exactly how much money, taxes, and other favors such as office equipment that Doddridge County is receiving from the gas companies, along with exactly what services our county is providing for those payments, since these companies have started Marcellus gas well fracking in our county. I would request that this list be made public for all citizens of Doddridge County to inspect. I would also request that in the future all such information be made available for citizens to inspect periodically. And I don't know who, Beth perhaps? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I kind of got it all here.
Okay.
The gas companies have not received any favors from Doddridge County. They pay the same for fees for copies as any other individual does that comes into the office. And the copies are the main source of revenue that the county is receiving, or the courthouse here anyway is receiving from them. And like I say, they pay the same as anyone else. Now, to determine how much they pay in taxes, again, that would be a large task, which I do not have the time or resources to do, but that information is available here in the assessor's office and various places where you can try to compile it yourself. A gas company has leased a printer for the deed room and has bought a shredder. That's it.
For
county clerk's office.
For the county clerk's office, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Well,
Yes.
yes.
Thank you.